Welcome back to the 106th video in our series about Unix tools. I think we've had enough VI and Git for a little while. Today I want to talk about keeping your system up to date. You can look at this login screen. It's a huge banner from Ubuntu, and you can see I'm running a rather old copy of Ubuntu 23.10. But the commands are the same for anything 23.10 or newer. So how can I get this system up to date? And it's a regular process you'll have to do ideally every day, but at least once a week. So the first thing you have to do is become root. But if you try to use SU, the traditional method, it doesn't work. And that's an Ubuntu issue. You have to do sudo bash, and then you have to type in, notice it wants not the root password, but the password for my regular user that you used when you installed Ubuntu. And you see I'm in the root group because now I'm effectively root. So, great. The first thing to do is update your cache. And you have to do that with apt-get update. What this does is it goes out on the network and it queries the master Ubuntu website to find out what new files are available. So you type that, and you should not get any errors. You should get something that looks like this. The next step I'm going to show you is for people who either I shouldn't say either. People who are like me and they live in an apartment block and the wireless access points are available but not very reliable. I made the mistake of buying a TP-Link wireless USB dongle, and wow, it is awful. And it will drop your connection about every 10 minutes, sometimes as little as 5 minutes. And you have to keep re-logging in and re-authenticating. So the smart thing to do is do an upgrade, but use the -D option. The -D option says download everything but do not upgrade. And when you do that, if everything's working great and there's nothing to do, you'll see something like this, 000. And you notice it says 4 not upgraded. And when you look at this, it has a message. The following packages have been held back. And what that means is that these packages exist, but they have not passed the quality control testing upstream. And so they don't want to install that. But after you did an apt-get upgrade -D, you might have some download errors, and it would show them to you. I can't generate them because I'm making these videos at work, and the university network tends to be pretty good most of the time. You would keep running apt-get upgrade -D until you got no errors, no download errors. And what happens is it will download some, and then you'll get cut off by your cheap wireless access point, which is overloaded because every student is checking Facebook, or your stupid TP-Link USB dongle will crash. Like I say, about every 5 minutes when the network's busy. If the network is idle, 3 a.m. on a weeknight that's not a weekend and not a holiday, I can go 30 minutes. But after all that, then you do an apt-get upgrade without the -D after you finish the downloads. That way, you never have a crashed upgrade. Right? You don't want to upgrade Because if you just do upgrade, it will download and install, download and install, download and install. And if one of the downloads fails, your system will be left in an inconsistent state. It will be halfway upgraded, and that will break your use on day to day. But after you've done enough apt-get upgrade minus Ds that you have no errors, it will have downloaded all the packages necessary successfully. And then you can do your apt-get upgrade, and it'll work. Now, unfortunately, the day I made this video, there are no updates, and that's partly because I'm running an old Ubuntu, so there's not much to fix. And the other reason, of course, is Ubuntu has just declared in the news yesterday they're not doing any updates until October that aren't emergency bug fixes because they're rebuilding their infrastructure. We don't know what that means. The process is opaque. They don't tell us what they're doing, but I wanted to have a video that shows you the command sequence that you would use. Why do you need to do the update? Like I said, that will download a list of all the packages that are available. And that list normally changes each day. Right now, it's not changing much because Ubuntu is on hold. But most of the time, that will change, usually every day, certainly every week. And you need that. It's also how you can search for new packages. Let's say I wanted a package about P sensors. I looked on the internet and somebody said, "Oh, P sensors is the thing you need," and it doesn't show anything. And you say, "Wow, what does that mean?" It says, "I don't have it. I can't find it." There is something called P sensor, and there's something called sensors, and there is a P sensor package from Debian. So, okay, let's try to get it. Now you can see that he did find it. He didn't find it with the apt cache search, but he did find it because I said P sensors. You notice I spelled it wrong. And the name of the package was P sensor. And that's what I tried to install. And he says, I'm going to install this stuff because P sensor needs some extra libraries to work. And then he says, you probably want this. And then he re-summarizes one more time. These are the new things I'm going to install. Okay? And you look in there and you look in there and you finally find P sensor. Yes, it's in the list somewhere. But I have to have all these other lib ayatana things for it to work. And so you can say yes or you can say no. If we say no, it won't do it. You get the abort message, no problem, no change. If you say apt-get install P sensor, you might wonder, can I do a download on that? And so you try for the help, and it says, ooh, I don't understand, right? So let's do apt-get install help. And it doesn't really tell you much. It says it has super cow powers. Now, that's somebody's idea of a good joke, but the truth is it doesn't really tell you much. And so, in desperation, you might try man apt-get. And then you look for install. And you say, Install is followed by one or more packages desired for installation or upgrading. Okay? And they say it's not a path name, it's a package name. Okay, and it says it's going to go get everything you need to do it. And you might wonder, as you read. You know, it'll take wildcards and all sorts of things. If you really want to hurt yourself, you can do all that. I don't recommend it. But we're looking for options, okay? And download only is one of the options. So if I'm going to do a safe version of this, I'm going to do a -D. And he says, get all this stuff. And I say, yeah. And then he's going to go out there and get it. And notice he says download complete and in download only mode. If you had any errors, you might have to run it again. Keep running it till you get that message. And then, only then, after you run it and you get no error, then you take the -D off and you install it. And again, this is just like we did with the upgrade. This guarantees all the packages are on your disk, and if the network drops, so what? It won't matter. And if you say yes, then notice there's no download step because we already did it. We split things up using the -D option. And so that is the safe way to keep your system up to date, number one, and number two, the safe way to install a new package. Do apt-get install with a -D, and then after you keep repeating that until there are no errors. And then once you see that magic message that I've got highlighted on the screen, download complete and in download only mode, then run the same command again without the -D, and it will actually update your system using the already downloaded packages so that there's no way for an error to occur in the middle of your install. Okay, we've run out of time in this video. These commands that I've shown you in this video are for Ubuntu, only for Ubuntu. If you're running some other Linux distro, they have a different way of doing it. But most people in Thailand run Ubuntu, so that's why I show you Ubuntu. Don't forget that you need to exit from that bash shell and change back to your regular user so that if you type something stupid, you don't wipe out your system. That's it for this video. Thank you for listening.